beautiful buddies, and welcome back to a build I'm doing today. I am doing this fashion mall in the city, and before I go into detail about it, I just want to say that this build is going to be one of two parts. The first part is a complete build, but the second part I'm actually making a model or the face of the brand of this store, so look out for that. I will try to link it in a card, maybe at the end of the video when part 2 of this comes up, so stay tuned for that. And I just kind of want to talk about this. So I really wanted to do some sort of build that that was a penthouse, but I didn't want to do an apartment build, you know what I mean? Because I feel like you've guys seen probably so many people do these penthouse builds, but they only do an apartment thing, or you know, some sort of house or something like that. But you don't see too many kind of, how could I say, yeah, venue type things. So I was like, you know what? I was like, why don't we make a store? Because I have literally never seen a store. Someone did it in the city before, so I thought, hey, why not? So this build is kind of thought of the entire building is kind of more of a Bentonari mall, and this is just one particular store of it. So that's kind of what I was thinking. I also kind of imagined too to maybe this being a really high-end designer store or something like that. For example, when I was taking pictures for this build for the screenshots, I thought it was so funny because there was 3 Sims in the store, and they were Clara Bergergensen from Get Together, Nancy Landgrab, and Bella Goth. And I was like, oh my god, that's so funny, because those are exactly the type of people I would assume to shop there, people with money. And I just thought it was kind of coincidental. Anyway, and that's kind of the inspiration towards it. I just thought it was fun, something different. And yeah, you guys can enjoy it and download it from the gallery. I also too think that sometimes people don't always use stores because they don't really use them, I guess, the way that some people do, for storylines. For instance, I don't use stores necessarily to actually buy the items in there, because why would I if you can buy them from the catalog, you know? But I kind of go sometimes more or less just because I want to for storyline. For instance, if you had a sim that you're oh, I'm gonna give them a complete makeover, or maybe they're getting ready for a wedding or some sort of party and stuff like that, and I was you know, this is perfect idea to just go there and use one of the makeover dresser thingies, and give your sim a makeover there and just pretend they bought all that stuff there. I don't know, I do that sometimes because honestly that does make more sense if you think about it than you know, Sims just going in their wardrobe and pulling out a wedding dress. You know, when does it happen in real life? And even if you kind of wanted to play the realistic way, you could even subtract some money from the household funds and make it really realistic. But sometimes that's what I do if I'm actually playing in gameplay. That's how I personally use stores, and kind of just use the store more as in a prop kind of thing, and have my Sims just look around sometimes. Sometimes I will actually buy the outfits on the mannequins or furniture, depending on what store it is, but generally that's how I pretty much use it. And this is just some tips for you guys too, if you're why would I use a store and stuff like that, or you like stores, you just don't see the point of it. And yeah, and we are kind of setting up this back room too to kind of be you know, kind of how a fancy dress store would be, you know, how you would go out and you have those really big mirrors that you could see yourself, and more angles. And I also thought that was a nice spot too, that if you wanted to take my suggestion and give your sim a makeover over there, you could. But yeah, this store is a lot of dramatic colors. It's black and white themed, with a splash of yellow, and the painting in the back wall and stuff like that is very glam. I think it was very cool, and I think I did a good job. I like the way it turned out. And yeah, I also tried to DIY some like clothing racks too, because unfortunately we don't have any, but I was able to like sort of make some out of like the half walls. So if you're wondering what that's supposed to be, that's exactly what it is. It looks a little bit clunky because unfortunately we don't have that, and I did not want to use like CC kind of clothing racks, because I like my bills to be CC free for you guys and stuff like that. And yeah, anyway, I actually found this like perfect piece of CC that I think I'm going to use for the thumbnail, but I'm not going to talk to you guys about it because I think it will ruin it. I'm not sure if it's exactly going to work like how I planned. I might not do it, but I just thought it was so cool. And it's basically like these that's like a skin texture, but the skin texture is a mannequin skin texture, so therefore you can take pictures with your Sims like in poses, but they're a mannequin, and I thought that was so cool. So we'll see if it works out, or like how I decide to do this, whatever, but I just thought that was so cool and I might wanted to share it with you. Also too, I have to apologize for like me kind of being like off the radar a little bit. I know that I haven't been like uploading like super duper frequently, but I've been just so busy with school, man. Like I just been to have like homework up the butt, and I just been trying to like balance everything, don't worry guys, I'm still here, but I just kind of like wanted to take my time with this build and stuff like that, and like not rush it for you guys, because like I actually had this idea of doing like these like two-part thingies and stuff like that, where you get a complete build and you get a cast with it. And like I even thought of like this cool house build I'm going to share with you guys later, that has like a family and a storyline and stuff like that. So it's like something already made that if you guys wanted to play them in that house, you could. And I just thought it was like fun, and I originally got the idea from Delicacy and stuff like that, so I thought that was like a really fun idea. So I started to like do that with like a few of my videos and stuff like that, because if you guys don't know, I pretty much live off of like pre-recorded videos. I don't record videos during the week like ever, like I'm just flat out too busy to do it. So I usually try to take a weekend when I don't have a lot of homework or I have the time to actually go in game and like record a bunch of them, and it'll take me like a couple hours or so, and I will just have footage, and then like when I have time later again, like the next weekend, I'll actually get a chance to like edit them and stuff like that and do all that fun stuff, so that way I have videos for you guys for almost an entire month at once. So I don't really have to like really worry about it all that much, because it just gets really busy, it does. But I love doing this and stuff like that. I do really like doing this. It just, I have to do it at my own pace sometimes, because I've got priorities as well as you guys, I'm sure. And yeah, I did actually cut out some parts too of me kind of like doing some sort of like repetitive stuff, so if you guys wonder why it suddenly is like a little bit more decorated, that is why. And also too, I just had to pull out a random townie to like go into the store so I could like dress the mannequins later, and that's something else you guys are gonna see too in the second part with the cast. I'm gonna dress the mannequins as well as like like create the model for the brand or something like that. And yeah, so if you're interested in seeing all that, you could totally do that. I know I've said that before now, but anyway, yeah, I just thought, look at this like kind of like a sitting area, like if someone's trying on clothes and the other person is just kind of like sitting there and like saying if they like it or not. It's just so fancy, and I love it. And yeah, like I thought this actually turned out really great. I haven't actually made a lot of stores, and like I don't really use stores like a ton, but like they are fun to use if you have a reason for it, like I've said. And I just like really enjoyed this, and I kind of just wanted to like enjoy kind of like like penthouses and stuff like that before I like started going on like a Brindleton Bay kind of building rush, because like when Brindleton Bay comes out, I probably won't get a ton of chance to probably build this month. I probably will wait until like I get out for school in like December to like start like building and recording videos like crazy, because then I'll actually have time. But yeah, I am just like so excited for it nonetheless, like just to even look at it and like just build something really small and cute even in there. And it's just it's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful world. But like anyway, getting back to what I'm talking about here, and I just kind of like wanted to enjoy penthouses because I really love like the city, and I love the city aspect and stuff like that. And I haven't done like a bunch of them for you guys, and I love this too because they are so easy to make. You don't have to landscape, and if you guys know me at all, the part that I honestly dislike the most for doing builds is landscaping. I don't know why, but I find it so boring. I love the way it turns out at the end, if like especially someone does it like really well. And it just like, even like, I love that mowed lawn effect that some people do too. It's just so annoying to do. I just find it so tedious. So like doing like penthouses and apartments and stuff like that, it's like fun because you don't have to like do that. You could just focus on like the fun part. But yeah, I don't get me wrong, I love like putting like already made houses together and stuff like that. It's so cool. But yeah, I guess I have my things. Like everyone has their things that they like and things that they don't like. But yeah, I guess it's just something I don't like. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to like appreciate like penthouses before, like, you know, you start seeing all those Brindleton Bay like builds and stuff like that. I'm not sure when this is going out up. I'm assuming it'll probably go up before the 10th, but I'm not exactly sure. We'll see guys. If it's not, then you guys have something different to look at while it's out. If not, then yeah, like I said, I'm trying to take my time with this just because I wanted it to be perfect and it to be good, and I kind of want both parts to be done at the same time, like the creative sim and like the build. That way I can release them in like a somewhat good time frame together. But yeah, yeah, we're working on like the sign, and I had to get really creative with the sign and stuff like that because I was looking for like a sign for like Dine Out and stuff like that, but I didn't find anything I really liked, because to me like that like yellow signage thing looked the best to me as far as kind of like as far as like, you know, like lettering that would be actually stored. For some reason it kind of reminds me of the Carson's writing. I don't know why, but it does. It's kind of funny, and I would assume that would probably be like for the entire mall and not just like my one store. Like I have a feeling that would be advertisement for like the entire mall and stuff like that, because even though I feel like this building definitely looks more like an apartment building versus if I were to actually have built this in like the fashion district where it looks like very more commercial-esque, I just felt like that, you know, you guys probably want the bigger building, and I just like built in the small one because I felt like it fit everything I needed, but yet it still looked really good. So that's why I kind of went with that one versus that one. And yeah, like we only have just like how many rooftop lots? I don't really know, like 3 of them or so. I think like 3. So yeah, we're limited in that area, so I didn't want to take up all your guys' space. And yeah, I just like love the way it turned out, and I love like the billboards on top. Billboards are definitely something that I like rarely ever use, but like I love them too for like the effect of this, because you can definitely tell like that there would be some like nice high-end stores in here and stuff like that, and I liked it. It turned out well. I loved it. And yeah, you guys can let me know too if you guys like this idea, if it was something different and stuff. But yeah, now you can kind of like see it kind of come together with like, you know, the splashes of kind of like more texturized kind of things in the background and stuff like that, and the contrast to black and white. So I like the way it turned out. And okay, I said it like 3 times. We get it. And anyway, so tell me guys, what are you guys most excited for pets? I like want to know down below and stuff like that. Do you have a specific breed that you're like, oh my god, I cannot wait to get my hands on this, and it's gonna be like the pet you use for almost every single household? Because you guys know me, or you guys might not know, but I do have a Westie. His name is Luca, and I cannot wait to seriously create him in create a pet when I actually like get the game, because of course, I'm going to create my own dog. He's so adorable. He needs to be in the Sims form. He needs to have his, like, I guess his Sim self pet. And yeah, I want to know what you guys do. Do you guys have a plan of, like, what you guys are going to play first and stuff like that? Are you guys most excited for the vet career, or just having the pets overall, the world, and stuff like that? There has been live streams too. The Sims official had been live streaming it over on Twitch, so if you guys haven't checked that out and you want more information, you guys can totally go there if you have time. I know that they are particularly longer. I think they might be like an hour or two, and I definitely did not watch all of it. I like skipped over parts that I felt like I wanted to watch, and I didn't, just because, you know, like, that takes time. Like, ain't nobody got time for 2 hours to watch a live stream, back at least. And anyway, we are kind of like coming to like the end here. So yes, please guys, keep your eye out for part 2 of like this, I guess, project. And I know too that there's like that curtain like popping out from the ceiling, but we're just gonna ignore that because I couldn't do anything about it. But yeah, anyway, the screenshots are coming up, so please comment, rate, and subscribe. You know, follow me on all my social media and my blog. Links will always be down below. And I love you guys all so much, and I will talk to you soon. Bye bye bye.